All right, so I just want to get this off my chest right now while I'm still thinking about it, and it's still fresh in my mind. So, in the show Sword Art Online, I promise this isn't going to be another one of those. I won't be talking bad about Sword Art Online. Trust me, I've already done it before. I don't need another one of those videos. But there was one scene that always made me feel weird. Cause let me just explain the scene. So this party of people walk into a dungeon. One of them sees a chest. They run up to the chest, open the chest, realizes it's a trap, and everyone dies except the main character. So let me explain something really quickly about video games in general. One, if you see a chest in a room by itself, you don't automatically think it's a trap, especially if you had to fight monsters to get to the chest. Like if you go online, everyone's talking about, he's so stupid. Why would you do that? It's obviously a trap. No, if you ever played video games before, you would know that thinking that that's a trap isn't your first nature, especially if you fought to get to the chest. The chest is the reward, you know what I mean? The only way that the chest would have been a trap, and like I would have thought that it would be a trap if I was in his same situation, is if I was doing like a puzzle, and like if you don't do the puzzle right, you die. Okay, that would have made sense, or it would have made sense to die in that way. But to just walk up to a chest and open it and have a thousand slaughter. What the hell is a slaughter? Slaughter bots and murder dolls come out of the freaking ceiling to kill you. That's never happened in a video game. That's not good game design. You shouldn't. Unless if they were doing a puzzle which they didn't show, or doing something like that and they just failed, and then they had to deal with that for the consequences, that would have made sense. All right. And also, there's 1,000 of them, right? 1,000 of these slaughter bots and murder dolls. 1,000 of these things. Why were they so strong, and why were there so many of them? Like, and if you're in the video game, right, and you're you're just in the dungeon. You're not expecting to fight 100 of something all at once. And so everyone died except the main character, who blames himself for their death. Now, okay, another problem. Okay, why does he blame himself for their death? Because assuming that scaling, if you don't know what that is, look it up. Scaling in video games is like when the NPCs get stronger depending on how strong you are. So if him being around them caused everything around to be a higher level than it should have been, which would make sense about how they all died. That would make sense. But the thing that wouldn't make sense is that there were like 1,000 of these things that came out of the sky, right? There's like 1,000 of them, and they all killed the entire party except the main character. How did he kill 1,000 of these things? If they were all scaled to his level, look, you could say that he's overpowered, like in that one episode where all those guys were like 20 levels lower than him, couldn't hurt him. But these things were scaled to his level. I'm gonna lose my voice if I keep screaming. These things were scaled to his level, so it makes no sense, right? And let's say it didn't scale to his level, and it scaled to like everyone around him level. So like it scaled to their levels instead of his. They should then in that case they shouldn't have died because if these things are made to be at their level, they should be able to handle it. And plus, they have one guy who apparently won't take damage from it, so he doesn't have to worry about blocking. But if you're watching, he does have to worry about blocking, which means that these things are stronger than them, right? And let's say if there is no scaling at all in this game. If there's no scaling in this game, and these things were just set at a higher level than all the other ones, they had to have fought to get to this room, right? They would have had to fight to get to this room, and it never clicked in their mind that like, hey, if all these monsters all around are this high of a level, we should probably leave because we're out of our element. No, which leads me to believe that these monsters were a higher level than everything else in the dungeon. Otherwise, they wouldn't have kept going, right? That makes sense, right? Am I tripping? So now back to what I was saying earlier. Look. Okay, so he walked into the dungeon, right? And that one guy runs up and opens the chest, not realizing it's a trap. Okay, so you start asking yourself, wow, how can he be so stupid? Why would he open the chest? Who does that? Who walks into a room with only a chest and then opens it? I do, cause like I don't know if you guys play video games a lot, but like especially in RPGs, MMOs, bro. having a chest in the room by itself is not out of the ordinary. Now, look, like the worst thing that you would expect to happen is like, oh, it's a trap chest. It's really a mimic, and like the monster attacks you. The only way that like you should die from something like that is if you're playing Dark Souls, and you know, it's Dark Souls. Like, bro, but this is sort of like, bro. There was no reason for these things to happen to them. Like, it's not this character's fault. It's the game developer's fault. It's the game's fault. It's the anime people who made it fault. Bro, I'm putting more thought into this than the people who made the damn show. Bruh, it's just so annoying to think like everyone's calling this character stupid because he did the one thing that everyone who plays video games does. He opens look. Let's say even if he had reason to believe that it was a trap, right? Let's say I'll walk into a place like that and I look at the chest and I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is 99% a trap. But on that 1% chance, who knows what could be in this chest? So I walk up to a chest and I open it. I don't know what happens until I open the chest. So if I open the chest and it's like, wow, some overpowered equipment. Wow, I'm so glad I opened that chest. Or let's say it really is a trap. You're not going to expect to see 1,000 of these things. Okay, I keep saying 1,000. It's probably like a good 100. This is like you say, you're not going to expect to see 100 of these things falling from the sky and murder everyone around you because they're a higher level. Like they're. All right, I'm about to go. I'm giving myself a headache thinking about this, bro. All right, on a side note, so I was working on this video about the beginning after the end. Yeah. I think I already talked about it. So look, that video will be coming out on Saturday, and as long as I don't get a copyright strike, then I'm gonna continue the series, and you know, as long as you guys like it. But if you don't, and I do get a copyright strike, now a copyright claim. If I get a claim, I don't really care. But like, if I get a strike, man, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop that writing these tracks, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, that video will be up tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning. If at first you don't succeed, hit him with the spirit bomb again.